Today is June 5th, the 156th day of the year. Here is my poor little pumpkins. As you can see, the slugs have really been going to town on this group over here. And I saw these the other day. I was out here the other day just for a little while. And so I've concocted another garlic and molasses concoction. And this time I've added one whole habanero into the mix to make it nice and spicy for the slugs, so they stay off this. So here we go. And make sure to coat them underneath as well. I've also got some corn coming up here, so I'm going to spray that really good. There's another piece of corn. Looks like they've been munching on that too. So I've got corn going there. I've got corn growing up right here. Looks like corn. So I'm very pleased with seeing corn. Doesn't look like anything really bothers this leek, but you can see the leek is coming up pretty well here. The other one is right there coming up. So things are doing pretty well. Horseradish. And it looks like I have one mushroom of some sort growing here. I'm not going to eat that. But it's growing right out of that stump of wood there. Out of that clump. That's kind of interesting since I've disturbed all that dirt there. Looks like mushrooms like this place too so far. Anyway. I'm not seeing my last pumpkin, so it looks like when I had 40 pumpkins the other day, it looks like I'm down to something like 20 or less because the mice and the slugs like the pumpkin sprouts so much. So hopefully this will allow those few that I sprayed to grow up for a few more days and get a tougher stem so that they stop chewing on their stem. They chew the stem completely off and there's just a nub left. Here's another small project I've been working on is putting up some bean poles and strings. I found some twine here in the forest on a stick that was wound up. It was probably washed in from a flood. And I've bought some blue, let's say mason workers line as they called it in the package. And so I have a couple lines of string and a few poles in case running beans climb up this far and try to go up higher. They'll have something to climb up until the sunflowers grow up high enough they can climb up the sunflowers too. But just wanted to have things on the top to have a choice of where to climb up. And you can see I have some sticks stuck in the ground over there. It looks kind of amateurish, but it's a wild garden, so I really don't care if it looks amateurish. And well, I might go all the way around with this eventually, but for now I've just got these on this side, and that's all I'm going to do with it for now. I'm going to film myself planting this rhubarb. Thank you to my friend Kaiser. I have good rhubarb, which is already growing pretty good here. I think about right here. right next to this sunflower. I mean, I said sunflower because this little sprout in the middle there, I just pulled the shell off. That's my first confirmed sunflower, that little tiny green spot at the tip of my shovel. That's a real sunflower sprout. Most of these other sprouts that I see all the time here are linseed, or rather flax seed, that I broadcast everywhere, trying to get a root system of some kind going. My horseradish is doing pretty good, and I don't really mind that there's Lennon growing right next to it. I don't think that's going to hurt the horseradish at all. So it looks like as far as permaculture plants go, I have a horseradish that is establishing itself right there. That is definitely horseradish. I put it there just a couple weeks ago, put a lot of grass on it, and then it flooded, and I thought I lost it, but there it is growing. So that's my horseradish. I bought it from a kiosk, from a tiny little vegetable stand from a lady. It was the last one left over from Easter. Here in Poland they eat a lot of horseradish for Easter for some reason. Horseradish sauce with everything. And so that's my the last horseradish the lady had. Anyway, looks like here is garlic that's kind of not doing very well, but it's alive. And garlic, of course, is not permaculture. Horseradish is. Up about this level, all the way around this thing, I planted Jerusalem artichoke. They should be popping up sometime. I don't know how soon, because it's only been about, since last Sunday, it's only been about 5 days, so I don't think it's enough for them to come up the 3 or 4 inches I put them underground, but I will have horseradish, Jerusalem artichoke all the way around this side here, and 2 different spots of some rhubarb, and by root division later I will propagate them. Here's an example of what happens to my poor little pumpkins when they're left unattended. This pumpkin is hardly alive. I don't know if there's a chance for it, but I might try to spray it anyway and see if I can save it from the mice and the slugs. Looks like slugs got this one. Okay, so I've planted the rhubarb. There is rhubarb number 2, rhubarb number 1, and this is the west side of the Hugelkultur mound.